Well, first up this morning, you may recognize our next guest from the TLC reality show Little People, Big World. Matt Roloff is an actor, a farmer, and now the author of a new children's book, Little Lucy, Big Race.
That's right. Joining us now to talk about this new book and where you can meet him tomorrow is Matt himself. It's great finally meeting you.
Well, thank you.
Seeing you on TV all these years. It's great to have you.
Yeah, welcome in.
Yeah. So let's talk about this book. This is it's pretty much a real life story. Lucy is your pup.
It's a true story.
Yeah.
Well, I was so excited to tell him I had a Lucy as well, but you rescued Lucy. She's a 10-pound poodle mix of some kind.
Yes, yeah, it's kind of a true mutt, and she was the underdog of her litter. And I remember when I saw her with all her brothers and sisters, they were all stepping on her, and she looked real pitiful and kind of real small. Didn't look like she was going to make it. And I said, I want that one, you know, I want that one. So we've gotten her and had enough for about 2 years, and she's become the queen of our farm.
The smallest dog tends to do that.
Totally.
Yeah, no, it's inevitable. That's awesome.
It's true. Now you're traveling around the country. I guess Nevada is what, the 5th state?
5th. You're planning to visit them all.
Yeah, I'm kind of hitting states that I'm already doing business on, but my plan is to really fill in the gaps and just try to hit all 50 states and share this message. It's got a really, really strong message of hope and resiliency, and you know, the idea of teaching kids to read and having fun reading. It's got a really fun kind of rhyme and rhythm to the book. So I really enjoyed writing it, and you know, I was actually in the hospital having surgery myself, and I saw these kids in the hospital that were having surgeries and having hopelessness and stuff, and that's what inspired me to think, you know, I did that when I was young. I was in the hospital, and now to be able to put out a message that helps kids, you know, be inspired and realize, hey, if you work hard and your tenacity and resiliency, you know, you can go and do something with your life. So little Lucy, you know, learns how to run, and she becomes the fastest critter on the farm. And so just a story about, you know, a fun story.
That's fantastic.
And speaking of fun story, the book is a lot of fun. And I can tell you, because, you know, I've been reading in elementary schools all week, but the illustrations in here are absolutely gorgeous and so fun and dynamic.
Thank you.
Was the book also partly inspired by your grandson?
You know, it was, and in fact, I dedicated it to my grandson. My grandson was being born. He was in the cooker, as you say, during the time I was writing it, and so I decided he was going to. We found out he was going to be born a little person, Jackson. So I thought, you know, this book can also inspire him. So I dedicated the book, and of course, now I'm working on the second book in the series. I'm dedicated to my granddaughter, Ember. So I'm gonna, you know, hopefully I have more grandkids so I can keep the books going. But it was super fun. I was very, very involved in this book. In fact, people were like, oh, just tell the illustrator, the writer what you want, and then, you know, go back to your writers. No, I was on the phone and involved in every little, you know, every little part of the diagrams and the pictures. So it's very, I'm very connected and passionate about this book.
Which is fantastic. It's rather than, hey, I wrote something on Microsoft Word, go do something.
Yeah, exactly.
You actually, you're a Guinness Book of Records holder. You have the longest running family-focused reality TV show.
We are so proud of that. I cannot tell you how excited we were about
Does that mean you, are the Kardashians part of that?
You know, I think they have their own records, but we beat them
Good.
on this particular record.
Good. Somebody needs to beat them.
Yeah.
There we go.
Yeah, they don't have, you know, we haven't really been given any awards for our show. It's been going on for 14 years. Forever.
14
you know?
years?
14 years.
Oh, man, time's flying.
That it? 14 years you've been on the show? Oh my gosh.
Yeah, I don't think we've ever been recognized by Hollywood and all that stuff. We're kind of hidden away up in Oregon. Our little quiet show has been, people vote with their advertising and their, I call them with their AA batteries and their remotes. And, and they've been watching our show for all these years. And so we found out, we applied to Guinness Book, and they said, oh man, not only are you the longest running, but I think you have the most episodes. So we ended up landing on this most episodes.
Congratulations.
Congrats. Matt, I have a feeling there's plenty of people out there who would love to meet you and get their hands on your book. They can do that at 2 events tomorrow. Barnes & Noble, you're going to be signing books tomorrow?
Yep, signing books, taking photos, shaking hands, kind of a meet and greet. I'll read the book to the little ones and then maybe take a few questions and have a good time with the local folks from the local community here in Vegas.
Thank you. And I'm going to take your book into an elementary school next week.
Thank
all right?
you.
So we're gonna share the message.
It's a pleasure, Matt. Enjoy your time in town.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Appreciate that.
Meet Matt and pick up a copy of Little Lucy, Big Race. He'll be at the Barnes & Noble in the Rainbow Promenade Shopping Center from 10 to noon tomorrow. And then from 2 to 4, you can meet him at the Henderson Barnes & Noble. It's on Stephanie. The info is right there on your screen. Stop by and get your book signed.
The show's been on for 14 years.
Yeah.
God.
It's longer than the morning
time
blend.
flying. That's crazy.
Right.